Hey guys, my name is Em and welcome back to the start of a brand new reading vlog. Today is Saturday the 25th of September and this is going to be a cozy 24-hour readathon vlog. The last 24-hour readathon that I did was back at the start of August with the girls for Hot Book Summer and I read 1,000 pages. I don't really think I'm going to read that today, however I am very excited because 24-hour readathons are just so fun, so productive, they just have the best vibe. So the book on this TBR is one that is such a highly anticipated release for me and so many other people. It is the final book in a series that I have been reading for almost this entire year and it's safe to say it's absolutely one of my favorite series of all time. So of course the book is The Legacy by Elle Kennedy. This takes place 3 years after graduation and we just get to see like all of these characters and where they are now, which, can everybody do this please? Like, please do this. So it just says 4 stories, 4 couples, 3 years of real life after graduation, a wedding, a proposal, an elopement and a surprise pregnancy, and I couldn't be more excited. This will be a spoiler-free vlog. I'm not going to be saying anything about this book. However, I will be mentioning the couples and stuff from the off-campus series, which is not really a spoiler because if you looked at the back of any of the books you know who the couples were, but I will be mentioning minor details about the off-campus series, so if you don't want to see that. I've heard so many mixed reviews about this book and a lot of people actually don't like it, so I'm very excited because I feel like this will be a fun experience either way. This is the only book that I currently have on my TBR because I read for 8.5 hours yesterday. I'll explain later. However, if I do manage to finish it, I will be picking up probably one of my autumnal TBR books. So I'm really excited for this readathon vlog. Grab yourself a drink, a snack, whatever, and enjoy the video. Okay, hello guys, it is now just about 2 o'clock and I've not really gotten to read anything because some different things came up, so I actually think I'm going to push the start of the readathon until 4 p.m. and go until 4 p.m. tomorrow. But I wanted to give you my thoughts on The Legacy so far. So basically this book is split into 4 parts of like 4 stories about the couples. I'm almost finished Logan and Grace's. I am liking it because I just love seeing these characters and I love seeing these characters interact. In the original book, which was The Mistake, we were just getting to see them become a couple. We were getting to see them get to know each other. Now they're so comfortable with each other. You know what I mean? Like it's nice to see, but also this book has such a different tone to all of the other off-campus books and I don't really know if that's in a good way. I feel like it's kind of written in like a fan fiction way rather than like a book way, which I don't think the other books were. It's strange. I am liking it because if Elle Kennedy wrote her shopping list, I would read that and I am eager for any interaction with these characters. However, I don't necessarily think that this is going to be the exact book that we were looking for to kind of tie off the series, but I am going to keep reading. I'm going to finish this story now and then get back to you with my final thoughts on Logan and Grace. Okay, so I just finished Logan and Grace's chapter or story. Honestly, it was good, but it was just like it ended too quickly. Like I didn't get the ending that I wanted and I'm hoping that like they have another chapter later in the book or we get to see more of what happened because it ended on the worst possible fucking like scene that I would have loved to see. But other than that, it was really, really good. Honestly, there could have been a book for each couple. Now I'm on Dean and Ali. I liked Dean and Ali's book when I read it. However, Dean did something in the gold that I didn't like and then I kind of stopped liking Dean, but I did like him when I read the book. I don't know. It is good though and I'm gonna keep reading. Loving seeing their character dynamics. I love that like they're still friends and that they're still like together and stuff. Oh, why am I literally laughing out loud at this book? Like, Elle Kennedy has me by the throat. Like, she can do no wrong. Okay, so it is now almost 4 o'clock. I just went outside to run an errand for my granddad. It is so hot outside. What is this? I swear we didn't even get this weather in the summer. It is like 22 degrees. I'm gonna like block my location, but look at that. Look at that. So I have now finished 2 stories in this book. I'm on the 3rd one. I finished Dean and Ali's story. It was good. It wasn't great. It was just like average. I kind of don't really care about Dean and Ali anymore, even though when I read The Score, which is the book that they're in, they were like one of my favorite couples, but now I just don't really have any feelings towards them at all. Honestly, this book, though it is like very nice to see all the characters together and interacting and stuff, it's making me not care. And I care so much about these characters, but this book is making me not care. And I'm not saying this is a bad book. Like, it's a really good book. I'm really enjoying it. Am I? But I feel like Elle Kennedy went on a very different tone. I feel like she writes differently in this book, and I don't know if it's because it has been a while since she was in the Briar U off campus, or maybe it's the fact that she got a publishing deal and maybe they changed things about it that she would have had differently. I really don't know, but it definitely does have a very different tone and one that I'm not sure I love. However, I find it incredibly addicting to read. I'm on page 155. Like, I sat down and just read 155 pages in one go, which never ever happens to me. So for that reason, I'm excited to continue. Hi besties. Okay, it is now 7 p.m. Have I read another single page? No, I haven't. I am intending to right now, but I wanted to talk about a book that I finished yesterday because honestly, I wasn't vlogging this week, so you didn't actually see any of my reading experience, but I just feel the need to talk about this book because genuinely when I say everybody stop everything, pause this video, go to wherever you get your books from and get this freaking book. However you can read this book, however you can consume this book, please do so. And the book is The Atlas Six by Olivia Blake. This freaking book, oh my god. So if you don't know, I was reading this book last week with Sophia from Tiny One Universe, who is my absolute best friend, and we decided to buddy read this book because we were like, listen, none of us really know what this is about, we might as well read it together to like share the experience, because we thought it was going to be good. We're buddy reading a lot this season, but very excited. But look at these annotations, like there's so much, and I actually want to go back and highlight so many quotes because I wasn't writing in it when I was reading it. A little bit of a backstory: before reading this book I was looking at reviews, I was looking at like people talking about this book, and nobody was explaining what this book was about, and I was so mad but also intrigued because I was like, how can somebody talk so highly of a book and not explain what it's about? I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm going to do the exact fucking same thing, because you don't need to know what this book is about going into it. You don't need to know anything other than this is going to be a very wild ride and you're gonna love every second of it, because I sure did. So basically the premise of this book is these top 6 magicians, except they're not really called magicians. The magic system is more kind of on like physics and science and things like that, but not in like a boring school way, in more of an interesting philosophical way. Now I don't read big brain things, so you know it's gonna be good. And basically these top 6 magicians, or the equivalent of magicians, are selected to become the Atlas Six, which is like the guardians of the Library of Alexandria if it had not burnt down. They're basically the caretakers of this knowledge, of these books, and they are recruited and they're kind of like put into this competition and trials and tests and stuff like this. But the downfall is 6 of them have been recruited, but only 5 of them will become the caretaker. So need I say more? There is a lot of betrayals in this, there is a lot of tension in this book, there are multiple POVs, you fall in love, and I feel like I know these characters on a personal level. Like I've never actually read a book with as much amazing character development. There's so many twists and turns in this book, there's so many amazing elements in this book. I can genuinely say that I have never ever read a book like this before. I don't think that this can be compared to any other book. I genuinely don't think it's been done before, and I really think that all of you should go read it right now. If you have read this book, comment down below because I need to chat with somebody. I honestly had just the best reading experience of this book as well, because last night me and Sophia joined on sprints and we were the only 2 there for a good while, and we were both on the same page when we joined the sprints, which we'd already been reading for a week. The chances of us being on the same exact page, it was fate. And we actually read together the whole time. We stayed on sprints from 6:30 to 3 a.m. reading this book together. Like, this just changed both of our lives. We literally were so engrossed with this book and so like shocked at this book, and we would react to the same things at the same time. Honestly, the best reading experience I've had in my life, and I think that added to my love of the book as well, because this is definitely a book that you need to talk to people while reading, because there's so many different things, so many plot twists, so many weird things that happen that you're kind of like mind fucked. You need to talk your theories out with somebody. If you are considering reading this book, I will be that somebody for you. You can DM me. You can DM me 20 times in an hour. I don't mind. I will take you through the experience of reading this book as you go through it. Like, I will listen to your theories. And also, literally, the artwork in this book, it's the type of book that I will, 1, never forget, 2, always recommend, and 3, it's just like you just want to hug it. You just want to sit there and just hug the book. That is how I feel about the Atlas Six. I spent my evening when I say evening, it was technically morning, because as soon as we got off the FaceTime call, I was so wired from reading this book because it genuinely like messed with my head in the best way possible. It was 3 a.m. and I was scrolling through TikTok and Pinterest and Instagram and Twitter, reading memes, watching aesthetic videos of this. I watched the Atlas 6 characters as vines. Highly recommend that video. Oh my god, this book is now my personality. Move over, Miss Nightingale. The Atlas 6 is here to stay. So yeah, that's all I can say. Before I read more of the legacy, I'm actually going to go through and highlight passages from this book because I have so many tabs, but I didn't highlight anything because I was just like engrossed. So that is what I'm gonna do. Go read this freaking book. I've talked for 10 minutes about this book. I'm doing you a service, like genuinely. I've also ordered her other book. She has so many books out, so I will definitely update you on whether this was a fluke or if she's just an incredible writer. But the sequel comes out in 2022, which seems a little bit too far off because there's no date, which is why I'm thinking it's not like early 2022. But also she said that it's possibly going to be a 3-book series, but she also said that she might release books 2 and 3 like a couple of weeks or like a month apart because these are indie published books. Miss Blake, do you need a doormat? Do you need a candle? Do you need a dog? I can bark. Like, what do you need for me to speed up the process of book 2 and 3? I will do anything. Hello guys. Okay, so it is now 9:30. I have not read any more since I was talking to you, but I did curl my hair. So is that productive for the readathon? No. But is it productive for life in general? Also no, but kind of yes. I mean, I'm still confident that I can finish the legacy before the readathon ends because I only have 2 stories left. I do plan on reading 1 more story before the end of the night. It's currently 9:30, like I said. I have an hour before I go in to collect my mum from work. So I need to write a letter to my aunt actually, and then I'm gonna read the next story in the legacy because I'm just not in the reading mood. I don't know why. I think I'm just like in a bit of like a book hangover from the Atlas 6. Hello guys. Okay, so it is now actually Sunday night, and it's safe to say that this 24-hour readathon wasn't really a 24-hour readathon, but it was still kind of a 24-hour reading challenge. So my challenge was to read the legacy in 24 hours, and I did that. I finished it a couple hours ago. I didn't really film that much because I was quite busy, and then I went on sprints with Sophia and I finished this there. I have many thoughts about this book and I don't want to go into any spoilers. I will not be going into any spoilers, but I will be just discussing my basic likes and dislikes. So was this a 5-star read for me? No, it wasn't, sadly. And I feel like if I didn't have a connection to these characters, which I do, I have such a connection and love for these characters, but if I didn't have that, this would probably be a very, very low rated book. But saying that, because I love all of these characters, all of these couples, Elle Kennedy's writing, just the world of hockey and the world of like this series, it got a higher rating for me. I think I gave this one a 4-star. It was good and I enjoyed the setting. I enjoyed just seeing their kind of like lives and stuff, and I loved seeing their like character dynamics and their friendships between the characters, which I feel got so much stronger than in the original series because the 4 boys are still friends but also the 4 girls are friends, which we didn't really get to see any of their friendship in the original series. However, like the timing of this book is so weird because basically there's 4 stories in this book, like 1 story per boy. Let's just say like 70 pages per story. But anyways, so you know in this book that there's an elopement, a marriage, a pregnancy, and a proposal. So I'm not going to say who's who because I don't want to spoil, but that is literally on the back, so you know that that's in the book. However, they didn't go into detail about those actual things. Let's just take like the proposal for example. This was a whole big lead up onto their lives, into like where they work and what they're doing and their relationship struggles, because there kind of were elements of relationship struggles in each of these characters, and I'm like, no, immediately no. Nothing major or anything. And then like with the proposal, the story ended just as they were about to propose. So we didn't actually get to see the proposal. We didn't actually get to see them asking each other to marry them. We didn't get to hear their speech asking them to marry them. Like, we didn't get to see any of that, which really frustrated me because I'm like, okay, you can add a lead up to it. You can add some weird ass character dynamics. I don't really care, but at least let me hear the freaking declaration of love about this proposal. And like with the elopement, it ended just as they were about to get married. Like, we didn't get to see their marriage. We didn't get to see them say their vows. We didn't get to see like how they felt after the wedding, because it just ended right as they decided to get married. So the story about the elopement wasn't actually about the elopement, it was about them as a couple, but then it ended with that. I don't know, it was weird. It was really weird, but it's not a negative thing. I think I was just expecting something else, but it was good. I do recommend you read this, because seeing the characters again and seeing them like in a more kind of like adult setting, not in college, like this isn't a college romance, this is just like a life story. There also was not a lot of romance in here, like spice or anything, which I didn't really need because it doesn't matter, but I did really like this. But also there were some things that I didn't love about it. So overall, 4-star read. Liked it for the characters, liked it for the overall vibe of seeing them get to interact and stuff, but not the actual execution, if that makes sense. So that is it for this reading vlog. I hope you enjoyed, but I had a really great time this weekend just getting back into the swing of filming. Thank you so much for 3k. I think I filmed a clip, but I was probably crying, so thank you so much for 3k. It's honestly indescribable, the fact that I've hit 3k. Like 2k was my goal for the year. That is it for this reading vlog. Comment the hockey emoji if you watched to the end. Also, I will be back hopefully very soon with a lot more videos, a lot more autumnal videos, a lot more spooky reading vlogs, things like that, to really get in the spirit of things. Thank you so much for watching. Stay amazing, stay kind, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.